Hi everyone, welcome again to our podcast Beyond Labels. Today with me is Rebecca Ruiz. She is the Business Development Manager of Dress for Success, and you all know Pam. So this episode we called the one with Blooming Support and Dress for Success. I'm really excited to have you, Rebecca, here because this is something that everyone needs to know. So as you know, we've been doing this podcast to educate people about the different services that are available in the community. And thank you everyone for the responses and comments and your feedback. So we want to hear what Dress for Success is.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for inviting me today. It's really lovely to be here with you both. So Dress for Success Western Australia, we are based obviously here in Western Australia, and we have two main support services. So we support women in the styling and self-care and also an amazing career program. So we support women all over Western Australia. So we have different services. So we have our in-person services, our virtual services, and also our outreach services, which I can explain a bit more about how they work. But essentially with the styling and self-care services, we are supporting women mostly to return to the workforce or get into the workforce for the first time, because that first impression really, really counts with the clothing. And also we have this amazing career program to support them through that part of their journey as well.
Good. So explain a little bit how people, because this is for women with disabilities and without disabilities, not necessarily with disabilities, that's what I want to say. Yes. So it's for every woman. So how can they get in contact with you?
Sure. Well, if you're just wanting to follow our social media, we're pretty active on Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn. But if they wanted to contact us directly, it's best to go on our website. So that's westernaustralia.dressforsuccess.org, or contact us on our phone number, so on a Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday. But really the website's probably the best place because we have all of the information about all of the support services we offer on there.
And where did it start from? Where did Dress for Success come from?
Well, the name actually comes from we're a global affiliate. So the name actually comes from New York. So we obviously run completely individual. So each state in Australia and different locations, so through the Americas, Europe and all over the place. So our name comes from Dress for Success New York. We obviously have the same branding and all of those, what you see basically brand-wise, it comes from our affiliate, but we are here in WA, in Western Australia, and we work with the community only in Western Australia. So our funding and everything that we seek is for the community in mind, just from Western Australia. But that's where the name comes from.
Amazing.
Yeah, so explain to me so everyone knows, how is the process? So since someone is referred to you or someone, or self-refer.
So that would be more for the styling or career support or both?
Let's go with the career first.
Okay, so career support. So we have obviously an amazing career program. It is always free to the client. So that's probably to mention.
Yes.
So we have a lot of it is online for the particular reason because we are supporting Western Australia, which is huge. So every Thursday morning at 10 a.m, excluding the school holidays, we do have basically a group program that clients can book in for. So we can do things like softer skills, which are important, like makeup, outfit styling, vision boards. Mindfulness is another one. So we do have those softer skills, but they're really important when you are looking to get into the workforce or returning to the workforce to have those skills in place. Of course, then we have the traditional way as well. So we've got the LinkedIn, the Seek, the resumes, all of those things that you need to be confident and show up as your best self when you're looking for work. So it depends on the week. And we have the most amazing corporate volunteers that actually donate their time to run our career program, or they can be some of our own volunteers at Dress for Success. So they're donating their time. We have a lot of HR professionals that donate their time to be able to do these LinkedIn, Seek, all of those ones. So that goes for around 1 hour to 1.5 hours. And like I said, majority online. We are having in-person ones every so often now. But just means it doesn't matter where you're located. As long as you've got a camera and a phone, you can access this information. Yeah. So we have that. We also have a one-to-one support as well. So if a client, for example, is working with a disability services provider or a Workforce Australia provider, they can be referred directly through them, or they can come to themselves about the career program and just sort of say, look, I'm with a provider and I'm doing interview practice, but maybe I just want to do a mock interview with somebody else that I don't know. So we can offer that one-to-one support. So they can do practice interviews, somebody to look over their resume, and just an external person essentially to help them with that and their journey. So there's also an on-demand hub as well. So recorded videos. So if a client or a lady is just looking for a bit of extra information before she goes for an interview or doing an application, then she can log on to that hub, and that's a free hub. And the hub is run by ourselves and also Dress for Success New South Wales and ACT. So we are running the hub together.
That's incredible. You know, coming to work for Sandra myself, I was out of work for 10 years, you know, having my family and all of that, and getting back into a job role, it's daunting. So, and you know, and if you've hit struggles along the way and whatever in your life, and having that support there to get back into the workforce is incredible.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So, and it's important, you know, it's part of empowering. It is empowering for a woman to have the right outfit for an interview, for a social event, because
absolutely
you do that too.
We do life events, yes.
Life events.
Yes, we do. So do you want me to explain how the styling part
Yeah, we want to hear all of it.
Which is what most
the makeup thing.
Which is what most people know us as. If you're out there talking to people, they're like, don't you do the styling or the outfits? And yes, we do. So we do a lot in the career side of things, but I will mention the life events afterwards. So a lot of our clients, they are maybe applying for jobs, they're going for interviews, but often they don't have that work attire in order for them to go for those interviews. So that first impression counts so much when you show up for the first time. So clothing can really help you feel more confident and ready to take that step. So we have those 3 services across our styling. So we have our in-person, which we're currently located in Subiaco at this stage. So people can come in person for a styling session. That is on a Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday. They're our operating days. We have a virtual service too, so the clients can still be supported all over Western Australia, and currently we're running that on a Tuesday and a Thursday. And then we have our outreach program, so we are going to different regions. We're doing 10 trips this year in our lovely van. So we have a team, we basically have a van that we fill up with clothes. We have an idea of sizing and all of that sort of clothing preference beforehand. And then we go out to the particular regions and work with the referral partners, non-for-profits and self-referrals in those areas. So yes, it's kind of works that way. We have 3 services across there, but essentially I can explain how the styling session works, because I think that's probably super
from
valuable.
What you just said there is that the ladies have a choice.
They do, depending on their location, because we find in those regional areas, often they miss out more than anything, because they can't just go down to the shop because there might not be a shop that's appropriate for work attire, or there's just no access if they're quite remote. So it's trying to find a way that all women can be supported that need to be supported. So that virtual program's great. The outreach program's great because it means in person. Maybe it's once or twice a year, or 3 times, depends on the trip and where we're going. So I can let you know which regions we're going to if that is helpful.
Oh yeah, that will be helpful because
Awesome.
we have we have participants that are regional.
Oh, perfect.
And, we know that there's not much availability in certain areas. So that it's really, really good.
Great. So Northam, we go 3 times a year. Obviously, it's a bit closer. Albany, so we've already done Albany for the year. That's a once a year. We have Kalgoorlie. We have Geraldton. They're both once a year. We do Bunbury Bustleton, so that's next one up when we're recording this. And yeah, they're the areas that we're currently going to. Our Mandurah, we are doing a Mandurah. We're not, semi-regional, not regional, if you know what I mean. But we are doing 2 overnight trips to Mandurah as well, and that's going to be a new one this year. There is a lot of need in that area, and obviously transport to get to Perth is a bit sticky, it's a bit long, so we are going to be doing that too. So that makes our 10 trips this year that we're doing.
So lots of trips, lots of clothes.
Trips.
Where do the clothes come from?
So our clothing is donated. So being located where we are currently in the western suburbs, we are incredibly lucky that we have the most amazing clients or even just supporters of us that donate their clothes to us. So the work attire clothing is new or almost new. We only keep the very, very best for our clients. It's not unusual to have some lovely designer pieces given to us that are new or almost new. So we're able to give that to our clients. We also are very sustainable with our clothing as well. So we want to make sure that the clothing doesn't go into landfill too. So we have different areas where we do have a sale roughly once a month as well. So that's in our West Leederville location. And that's a really good way for the clothing that we're not able to use, but we can still sell that to be able to support just people, ladies in the community really, or past clients can come and fill their bag up essentially and stock up again on their clothing. We do have another charity pick up the clothing that we're not able to use. It's more like everyday wear. But the whole idea is that clothing doesn't go into landfill, that we use it in some way. So that's really, really important.
Any requirements that the ladies that are listening to this need to meet?
Really, it's just, we would ask if you're going for an interview yourself, would you wear this for an interview? So if you think, yes, or I'd wear that to work, then that's the sort of clothing that we're looking for. And something that we say under 5 years old, but sometimes that clothing may have never been worn, so it's almost new. But we just want the best of the best for our clients. And they also get a pair of shoes and a bag as well. So any shoes that are, almost new, mostly flats are ideal, no stilettos there, and nice bags as well. So our clients, and jackets, light jackets also are really important. And size-wise, we have everything from 4 to 30 and everything in between. So
that's
we cater
incredible
for everybody.
So, and how many people work at Dress for Success in Western Australia?
So I'm one of the part-time staff. So we have 6 of us that are part-time. So equivalent to 6 full-time staff if you put us all together. And then we have currently over 80 volunteers that basically help us run our organisation. We have the most incredible volunteers. They're just incredible. So from our stylists, our sorting team, we do some might help us with some admin and things like that. And then we also have our West Leederville team that run our sales, help with our clothing sales over there. So we, and our outreach team as well, of course, I should always mention them. So we have a lot of amazing women that help support us and help support their clients, and they've all got the same goal in mind to support and empower women essentially on their journey.
Now, I think we do need to address the men because we can't leave them out. You were saying earlier, we were talking outside, and unfortunately there's not a service for men who are in a similar situation. Is that correct?
That's correct. So in Western Australia, we don't have a men's service like ourselves, so unfortunately. So that would be lovely if we could have that in the future. But as we are a grassroots charity, we don't have any government funding currently. So that would be up to how that looks like in the future, and if we would be able to open a second organisation, because we would have to keep our services separate just because we are working with vulnerable women. So at the moment it's not on the cards, but never say never. We'll see what the future brings.
Yeah. So and one of our participants went to you guys.
Amazing.
And it was really, really nice to see how, she felt empowered, because she had the right clothing for a job interview. She got to choose the shoes, and that is beautiful to see, because her attitude after she saw herself in the mirror was, okay, let's go, now I can do this. So I guess there's many stories that you can tell, one or two, for women that have felt empowered because they have been helped by you guys.
Absolutely, and that 1 hour or 1.5 hours, so it's 1.5 hours if we're in person, it's 1 hour if we do outreach, so just so you know, it's a bit different, and virtuals can be a bit shorter than that because we are going to be posting the closeout afterwards to them. But we see that transformation, especially when we're in person, whether it's currently here in Perth or in our outreach service. The clients get those clothes, they show off their new clothes, they feel amazing. And you see that transformation quite quickly with the clothing. And some women that we're supporting haven't had that 1 hour or 1.5 hours to themselves for a very long time, especially the mums or the carers that are doing a lot of work. So that is time for themselves to have a styling session, pick some amazing clothes, and actually it's a little bit like a pamper session in a way, because it's time for themselves and helping them on their journey essentially. So you see that transformation, it's incredible. And it's just lovely when you do hear that feedback, because we have a feedback form at the end. So if the client would love to put some feedback down, it's really helpful for us to sort of see how our services are going, if we're anything we need to change, but also their feedback to see how they enjoyed the session. So we get to read that feedback, and it's just lovely to be able to help them on their journey, and especially when we hear clients getting the job. That's another thing to mention. So clients they'll come through and get the 2 full outfits with the jacket, a pair of shoes and a bag. But if they get the job, they can come back and see us and get 5 more outfits as well, so that they can have clothing for their first week of work and not have to spend that on clothing. They can spend it on bills or whatever else they need to live their life essentially.
So anyone can access that.
That's correct. Yes.
So you don't need to be, or you don't need anything special. Any women can access.
They can. Usually for the career program, that we would say any women can access that service. With the self-care and styling sessions, it is more women that are in need of that clothing. So some women would be able to just go to the shop and purchase their clothing for their interviews, but other women might not have access to that clothing because of funding or different circumstances. So they're our ideal clients that need that extra support. And we do work with the Workforce Australia, the disability services providers and the non-for-profit providers that refer a lot of clients our way. So a lot of clients come through those channels. And like I said, we do have those self-referrals as well.
Yeah, we did an episode with APM.
Amazing.
Talia, the disability employment, and they referred people to you.
They do, yes. Yes.
So it's good. So your contact details are somewhere up here, so everyone will know how to contact you guys, how to refer people to you, and ask questions.
Yes.
So I know you work closely with APM Disability Employment. Is there any other organisation that you get most referrals from?
We work with a lot of different ones. So a lot of disability services providers, a lot of Workforce Australia, non-for-profits. We have many different ones that we work with. So we don't have anybody in particular. But non-for-profit space, we do have a lot of clients come through there as well. So various organisations, various non-for-profits that have clients that need support, or sometimes people have job-ready programs that they're running. So that's great that we can tap into that and provide the clothing support in the job programs and career programs and all various different things. And we're always open to collaborating with other non-for-profits on grant opportunities and things like that, so we can all support the clients in a bigger way.
All right.
And if we were wanting to donate clothes to you, how would we get them to you?
Sure, so we have our location in Subiaco as we're currently talking. We are looking for a new premises at the moment. So
have you outgrown with all the clothes?
We absolutely have. We are overflowing at the moment. So we're desperately looking for a new home. So that's why I keep saying Subiaco at the moment. So we're hoping that will change shortly, but we'll see how we go. So we do take donations on a Tuesday at the moment, so between 9 and 4. We do have a drop and drive, so essentially we have a table out the front and you can just drop the donations off between those hours. And we do have a Saturday morning every 2 months that we're opened, and we also accept donations at that time. Some organisations do put together clothing drives and things like that, but that's mostly around International Women's Day, which we just had recently.
And if someone wants to volunteer their time,
Sure.
any woman can volunteer their time, they can reach out to you?
Absolutely. So we do have a volunteer section on our website. So happy to, there's further information. We do have onboarding and volunteer information sessions every so often. So any ladies that are keen to sort of find out more information about how that looks like, I would recommend that tab on our website, and you can sort of reach out if you've want some more information about how that would look like. And skill set wise, there's obviously all those different areas that you can support us in.
Yeah. So I guess it's really exciting to, as I said, to tell everyone about this. Anything special that you want to share with everyone listening about Dress for Success?
One thing I haven't mentioned is obviously we support women, but I haven't mentioned that we do support trans women as well.
Oh, I was going to ask
so
that actually.
That's really important. We are offering that really lovely safe space because our appointments, our styling appointments are one-on-one. So it's really great space for them. We also have non-binary clients that are comfortable in women's spaces. They are also most welcome to join us as well.
That's amazing. Yep.
Yes. So that's another thing I wanted to mention, but we always are looking to collaborate with other organisations, and being grassroots charity as well, we're always looking for funding and donors. And that's just the life of a non-for-profit.
Yes.
But yes, we always are looking for opportunities in that regard too.
Well, we're having an episode with another organisation. So every time that we have the opportunity, we will let everyone know about you guys and how they can access your services, but also how they can donate and how, they can help you to grow.
Is that information on your website as well?
A lot of the information is on our website, definitely. Because the thing is the more that we can grow, the more that women we can support, because we are seeing a massive influx at the moment. A lot of women are needing more support, and especially with the cost of living changing. It's just really important that we keep providing this service to as many women that need the service. So that's the most important thing here.
Exactly, because, as Pam was saying, and my experience too, when you have young children or people with that you need to care for, you just put yourself at the last of the queue, and then you have to. The cost of living now is so high that it's not an option for some families to be, at home and not working. You have to go and work, and then that process of getting ready to do it is very daunting. Yeah,
absolutely.
I think I love the support that you provide to the people coming through, and just lifting them up and making them feel good. If you feel good, you can achieve anything.
Yeah. Absolutely, and that's what it's all about, and it's women supporting women as well.
Yeah. So all your contact details are going to be somewhere here in the comments. We're going to put the website there for everyone to access. So if you want to contact them, see the comments, subscribe to our Beyond Labels podcast, and share the information with everyone. I mean, empowering women and everyone who needs it, is what this is all about. So anything else that before we wrap up, anything that you want to...
we've covered a lot of stuff.
we have, haven't we? Yes.
Anything, well, if someone has any question that we haven't asked, feel free to write it in the comments.
Or they can contact you directly, right?
Yes, they can contact us directly. All our email address, our generic email address and phone number is on the website. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they can contact us directly.
Great.
Any final message for all the women out there?
I don't really have a final message. We just, if you need our services or are in need of career support or clothing styling for your interviews or life events, then we would love to chat with you and see how we can help support you. And I really appreciate the opportunity to be here today with you both. So it's lovely.
Really fascinating.
You,
really interesting.
It's really interesting, So thank you so much for coming, and we hope that you get a lot of clients through this platform, and to everyone, to all the providers out there. If you have participants or people that needs that extra help to get back to work or any important life event, just contact Rebecca and her team, and they'll be happy to help. So thank you for this very interesting episode, and we'll see you again in our next one. Bye everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.